have this thing where I just like assume everyone will always find better than me. You're on your own path, you're on your own journey to like sustain my lifestyle. Hey everyone, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I create lifestyle, entrepreneurship, and pop culture content on this YouTube channel. And I hope you guys stick around, join the fam, join the squad. We'd love to have you here. So as you can see, we are doing a Q&A today. So it's going to be a little simple sit down video. I was like unsure of what to film, to be honest. And I was like, let me just do a Q&A. I feel like I haven't done one in a while. So I asked people on Instagram to ask me questions. Go follow me on there if you don't follow already. And people came through. So there's a lot of different types of questions and we're just gonna dive right into it. Let me pull the questions up. So the first one is, have you ever struggled with imposter syndrome? And the answer is yes. I feel like I struggle with imposter syndrome in many scenarios, and I've struggled with imposter syndrome since I can remember. It's still present now, and it's something that's like, I think inevitable, honestly, at the end of the day. I feel like every single person, no matter what career path, what stage of life they're in, gets imposter syndrome in like some shape or form. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it's inevitable. I feel like some days I have good days. Some days I really doubt myself and struggle and like question myself in like my career path mostly at the moment. So yeah, imposter syndrome I feel like is just inevitable and I do deal with it, and I haven't really found a way to like not deal with it. So I think basically the best advice, I don't even think they didn't ask for advice, but the best advice I can give to you is to just kind of, when you're dealing with a lot of imposter syndrome, just like sit down with yourself and kind of put into perspective the good that you're doing and like how much success you have, whether they're big or small wins. Like I think we always need to celebrate them and just realize that you're on your own path, you're on your own journey. No one's journey or path looks identical to yours, and that's super cool. And we just don't need to be comparing ourselves to everyone every day. Easier said than done, of course, but yeah, we're all doing great in the world, so pat yourself on the back. The next one is, what do you look for in a partner after coming out of a long-term relationship? Okay, literally just getting right into it. Yeah, so if you didn't know, I was previously in a almost 7-year relationship that ended around 7-8 months ago. So yeah, there's that. So basically, what do I look for in a partner after being in a long-term relationship? I think the number one thing that I look for in somebody is just like someone that I can trust, because I feel like trust is hard. So someone that I can trust. I also look for someone who has like similar interests as me, so like just similar interests, similar vibes. Also someone, I feel like in relationships I want like my partner to be like my best friend as well. Like I think that's something that I really cherish. I feel like there has to be like a friendship aspect in it, and I'm looking for that. I also think I'm just looking for someone who's genuine and wants to travel and can have a good time doing literally whatever. So yeah, that's what I look for after coming out of a long-term relationship. What's something that you struggle with in your line of work? I think something I struggle with in my line of work is, that's a good question. I think again, just like comparing myself and like comparing the way that I edit to like other editors, or comparing, I don't know, the clients that I have to other people. I think this comparison is something that I personally struggle a lot with in my line of work. And because this type of work is basically all over social media, so I have quick access to it, other people have quick access to it. I think that really plays into something. And yeah, I think comparison is something that I definitely struggle with in my line of work. What's your go-to comfort food? Okay, I have a few different go-to comfort foods. I love nachos. Like if there's nachos on a menu, I will be getting nachos. I also love a good veggie burger. And mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, as someone who's lactose, like I don't give a shit. If I want mac and cheese, I will fuck up some mac and cheese. Like, period. I don't know. Yeah, so nachos, burgers, and mac and cheese is my go-to comfort foods. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? That is a good fucking question. I feel like I have multiple places. Something draws me to New York so badly, and I do envision myself living there at some point in my life. Don't know when, don't know how soon, but I do envision myself like living there at some point in my life. I also feel like I would love to just live in like London or Italy for a bit. I feel like that would be beautiful and magical. But who knows? I don't know. Yeah, so I would definitely say New York, London, or Italy is like where I would love to just like live for a bit. Yeah. So comment down below where you would like to live. I feel like that's such a fun question. I love hearing where other people would love to live. Have you ever felt, this is deep. Have you ever felt like you're not enough, and how do you overcome that feeling? Yes. In many aspects, in relationships, in friendships, in career, like I definitely do feel like I'm not enough a lot of the time, which is quite sad. And it's something I'm trying to like work on and like work through. But I think it has to do a lot with like my childhood and like high school and all that stuff. So it's definitely trauma based. But yeah, I do definitely feel like I'm not enough in many aspects. And I have this thing where I just like assume everyone will always find better than me, and that I'm always going to be like a second option, and I'm just not enough for people. Yeah. I definitely deal with that. How do you overcome it? I wish I could tell you because I'm currently still just like in that headspace a lot, but I think just like giving yourself a lot of grace and self-love is something that will help you through it, and I think that's something that I'm attempting to give myself right now. But it's definitely an everyday challenge, and I don't really know how to overcome it yet. So hopefully one day I will be on the other side of that, and I'll let you know. What's the hardest lesson you've learned in your professional life? Honestly, that people can flip on you at any second, and the industry is a very competitive industry, and people will use you for certain things and then kick you to the curb when they're done with you or don't need your help anymore. So I think that's something definitely that I've learned the hard way. And yeah, that's something that I learned in this profession. A guilty pleasure TV show. Pretty Little Liars. Funny that this Q&A is right now because in fall I always rewatch Pretty Little Liars. Like it's my go-to fall rewatch, and I'm starting it like in the next week or so. I love it. I know it's like literally cheesy and like half the shit would like literally never happen, but it's just I love it so much, and it's such a good show, and I can literally watch it. Like I watch it every year. I think this is like the 5th or 6th year in a row that I'm going to be rewatching it in fall, but my guilty pleasure, I love it. I don't know. Don't fight me on it. What's the most rewarding moment you've experienced in your career? I think the most rewarding moment I experienced in my career is when I realized that I could do this full time and that I do make enough money to like sustain my lifestyle. So I am a person that loves to travel, loves to go to concerts. And when I first started doing this full time, granted, I am privileged and still live at home, which will be changing next year. But yeah, I had like that privilege, but I think yeah, just being able to sustain my lifestyle and still travel and still go to the concerts that I want to and still have money to pay my bills and all that. And I think a lot of people assume because I live at home like I don't pay anything, which is very false. I do have a lot of bills that I pay. But yeah, I think my most rewarding moment was realizing that I can quote unquote have it all. I can run my business full time. I can travel when I want to. I can go to shows. I literally have the privilege to work from anywhere. So I can go to Europe and work from there. I can go to LA or New York and work from there. So I think that was like my most rewarding, fulfilling moment. What's your go-to karaoke song? Okay, so I've only been to karaoke like twice in my life. But I will always fuck up The Climb by Miley Cyrus. Like that song just gets me going. I think it's so fun to sing. I cannot sing, just to preface. Like I am a very bad singer. I don't know how to sing. But The Climb just hits. And I think Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish is also a very fun song to sing. So those are my 2 go-to karaoke songs at the moment. And then the last question is, how did you learn you were a lesbian? I feel like this is a really long answer, so I am probably not going to answer this actually and make like a full video on it, but I guess like I kind of just knew. That maybe I'm going to do a full video on this because it's like a whole ass story. So if you want to hear about my little realization of my sexuality or how I kind of got there, let me know. I feel like a lot of people watch those videos and like those videos, so let me know if you want to see that because it is a long-winded answer, and I think it would be cool to like talk about my journey from being bisexual to a lesbian pipeline. I feel like that pipeline, a lot of people go through it. So I think maybe talking about my experience and journey could be fun. So let me know in the comments below. But honestly, it's just a gut feeling at the end of the day. But there's obviously more that goes into it, and it's just too long to explain in 2-3 minutes. So comment down below if you want to see that. But that's all the questions that I got. So thank you guys so much for submitting these, and they were fun. And I love when there's a mixture of like deep hitting questions, but also like fun questions. I feel like it just gives a good vibe to the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're new, comment down below, like I said, where you would love to live if you had the chance, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.